About 6 months ago when we put this thing together, I grabbed the events team and I said, last time was Miami. It was wet, it was warm, it was east, and it was in the city. So let's stick with warm, dry, west, a little bit out in the wilderness. So we got the Tribelands of Arizona. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Got to nice night out in the beautiful sky, open stars, mountains. Events team, outstanding job. I'll be your host today, and as you guys know, I run the Americas from a print perspective. Now, I'll have to admit, the picture up on stage or on the slide, it freaks me out a little bit. Now, the good thing is I got a 17-year-old daughter who saw that picture and said, clearly they've done some work on that picture. So there's nothing like a 17-year-old daughter to keep it real. But she always reminds me how connected we are in this world, usually with her social media activities, Instagram, Snapchat, face this, face that. But it also reminds me we are connected. I'm going to show you a lot of connected products today, but always, my phone number, email, they're always up there. Make sure you guys are reaching out to me. The reason we do this event is not up on stage to go do this and so that you guys get to touch and feel some of the latest products, but as a organization, as a community, get together. So, let's remember that as we come together on this, it's really about connecting with everybody, with our sponsors, with you guys from a touch and feel, and bring this community together that we have. Now, I've been in the technology world for about 22 years, and over those 22 years, I've worked for some incredible leaders, and I've learned a lot from them, and there's a lot of stuff that they've taught me that I think we're going to utilize in this next day. 15 years at Intel as an engineer, moved up the ranks from a sales and management perspective, and Mr. Grove always taught me the paranoid survive. But what does the paranoid survive? What is the slogan behind that? You're always looking and seeing what else is out there. What potentially can attack you from the bottom, the top? What are your customers asking for? What do you really need to be doing? What are you not expecting that is going to come? And let's watch for those things. 4 years at HP, Mr. Packard. Now, a lot of incredible things that founder and that organization has taught me. But he really reminds me of my basketball coach in high school. Now, my basketball coach was a brutal man, okay? And his rule was you had to have 3 or 4 fouls. You couldn't have 1 or 2, and you couldn't foul out. But if you weren't working hard enough and you didn't put in 3 or 4 fouls, you're not trying hard enough. So it's all right to make some mistakes. It's all right to push the limits. If you're not getting fouls, then you're not pushing and seeing how hard you can go push these refs, how hard you can go push the competition. And if you get 5, you haven't learned from your mistakes. So learn, adapt, try new things. It's all right. And by the way, if you got 1 or 2, or if you got 5 fouls, you're running wind sprints the next day, which was never pleasant. The last one was here at Samsung. And at Samsung, we embrace and love the fact of we're fast, we're nimble, but we adapt to change. It's a part of the culture to its deepest root. Change everything except your family is a slogan that's been heard. It took me a long time to understand, but this company has embraced it. And it's what drives us. Okay? Those 3 things, I think, are what you're going to see today, and I want you to pay attention to. We're going to show you things that are happening in the market that inspire us, that change us, to make us do what we're doing. We're going to try something new, something that we haven't experienced before. And last, I'm asking you guys to embrace this change. We're in a dynamic market. Who would have thought the copier market, the print market, was going to talk about some of the dynamics that are happening? But they're happening, and they're happening at record paces. And we really need to embrace those changes. So for today, what you're going to see, again, the goal is to really excite you about what's going to happen over the next 6, 9, 12 months, and energize you guys from a growth perspective. You're going to hear from our executives and from the HP team, the HP executives, on our vision, our goal, our strategy, how these things fit together, and how we're stronger together out of this. Dr. Kim's going to come up after me. He's going to talk a lot about what's going on in the market, what he's seeing, what's inspiring him, and how that's making a change on what we're doing inside the Samsung organization. After that, David Song, Global VP of Sales and Marketing, is going to be talking about the transition, right, through the acquisition, what we're working on now, what you can expect from us between now and the time the deal closes, what to expect from us after the deal closes. And then Chin Yoon's going to get up. So Chin Yoon leads out on our solutions. And in Miami, it was probably the most desired topic that we had out there. Now, I think most people weren't expecting it was going to be an exciting topic, but he did a breakout. His team started showing us new firmware, new software, new solutions, things that we hadn't rolled out in the market. And it was one of the highest demanded breakouts. It was one of the highest rated. And you guys as dealers really enjoyed seeing where the future lied. And so Chin Yoon's going to come up and talk about what we're going to do on the Smart UX platform, what we're going to do in the solution environment, and maybe what's going to inspire the long-term path from Smart UX. Tuan Tran from HP is going to come up, really talk about the transaction. Why did HP think we were a good fit for them? How does this fit into their massive growth opportunities? And how we're going to be stronger together. Again, the goal, let's get excited and build some energy off what's going. So to finish off the rest of the day, you're going to see we're going to have a breakout session. After those morning, we're going to have the keynotes. After the keynotes, we're going to do a panel discussion. So the team that came up and did the keynotes is going to get up, and we're going to spend an opportunity for you guys to ask the tough questions. So this is your opportunity to really tell us what's on your mind, so we can adjust and adapt for that. We'll have a lunch. After lunch, we'll get into breakout sessions. We got 3 go deeper sections for each of you. And I'll kind of talk to you guys on how we're going to break up, but you guys have seen the little colors on your badges. No, that's not, where you rank in the world. That's, are you going to go to the first section, second, or third? The 3 sections. HP is going to go deep on their portfolio of products, how it fits in from their channel perspective, where's the opportunity from you guys. Second off, the analyst corner. We've got 2 analysts that are really going to go deep into what they're seeing in the market, how what they're doing in the market is impacting dealers like yourself, what's happening with changes in product. And so it's really market dynamics and then what's happening with the dealerships. And then we'll go deeper into into our solutions, into Invest in the Future, which is a deeper breakdown into our solutions organization. That wraps up. We'll spend 4 hours, from 4 to 6 going through the expo. So I'll walk through the expo a little bit later, but really got an opportunity to get your hands dirty on some of the new solutions, new technologies, and a couple new products that we're going to announce today. We'll take a quick break. No one's allowed to lay on their bed, because I know how that quickly turns into a nap. And then we're going out for an evening of celebrations. I have to say thank you to our sponsors. And again, these are sponsors that help all of us get here, but these are my partners that I think have rolled out some pretty impressive things for you guys to see today. We've been working on some great leasing programs, and they're rolling out those new programs here with Great America, US Bank, DLL. I got my distribution partners, right, ready to take orders, but also to fill some of the new programs we're going to roll out. You guys experienced an incredible workflow registration with Mentor Graphics. We've got our MPS program here and the integration we've done with PrintFleet. We'll always talk about remote access and our support. And you're going to see a lot of the new enterprise software and technologies. And actually, I don't think Nuance said I can announce it on stage, but that's what I do. On there, they're going to talk about a future release of the integration of Equitrack and AutoStore. They haven't released it, but it's here. You guys can see and touch it, but you probably can't talk about it too much. But these partners have helped you guys come in here, and they're going to show us some incredible things at the expo. So let's start out with 2016 review briefly. We had a hell of a year. We had a incredible growth, but we had a few roller coaster rides along the way come September 12th. But let's talk about the growth that we've had. We've seen incredible growth with our dealers, and I'll talk about what those numbers have been. We've brought out a platform that you guys feel confident on, award-winning product, but also a confidence-building product that you guys now can take into the enterprise and we've secured more and more enterprise wins with that. The solution stack that we've started building is now fully developed and integrated, and you guys are selling that with us. And then the Smart UX platform. And that's probably, to me, the most impressive thing that's happened since Miami, right? Over the last 18 months, what you guys have seen on Smart UX, if you recall in Miami, we had a video, we kind of poked fun at the confusion that people had on Smart UX. Matt, it looks exciting, but it's a tablet, and I want that green button, and what does it do? How can I do this? A lot of confusion on that. And I will tell you that the platform and your guys' conversations with our end users have really adapted the Smart UX to, again, win awards, but people recognizing it's customizable, it's adaptable, it meets the needs of the millennial workforce. So you'll see, and I'm very proud to show you this week, the adaptation and the modifications that Smart UX has made and how it's turned in from a, I don't know about that on the front of my copier, to this is a compelling differentiator that the CIOs and everybody likes for their unique customers. So let's talk about the platform and our results for the last year. From an organization perspective, we really focused in on the BTA channel, our independent dealers, you guys out there, and we focused in with the A3 product line and the A4 product line. And we've got the results that we were expecting, and we got the share gains that come along with it. So when you look at our A3 growth, 22% increase in units and a 33% increase in revenue. Now, did we go get that revenue from getting more money from you guys? Of course, a little bit, but it really was us addressing a new market that we had not addressed before. We got above the 40 page per minute device with an MX7 going up to the 50 and 60. It addressed the new market. We also added a lot of enterprise wins to us. We'll review some of those at the end, some of the key ones that we've had, but faster products in the enterprise, a single vendor that you could take to market and go from A4 all the way up to the 60 page per minute device has really propelled us from a growth perspective, and I thank you guys for that. We couldn't have done it without you. Now, if I dive a little deeper into specifically what we did on MX4 and MX7, the staple of your guys' selling motions, the staple of our new platform. On the MX4, we grew units 49% with a 40% increase in revenue. Now, why do I put both of those up there? I stress the fact to you guys, we are focused on share gain. So that means we've actually reduced some of our pricing so that we grew more. From a share perspective, we're going to continue that momentum going forward. On the MX7s, now, we had a full year with MX4 in 2015, but we didn't really announce MX7 until the middle of the year of 15. So yes, those numbers look incredibly high. I always do. The law of low numbers means you talk in percentages. But we had the second half of 15 and then a strong 2016 with this platform, 72% growth in MX7 with a 66% growth in units. Again, focused on becoming relevant to you guys, getting enough products out there in the market so that your end users recognize the Samsung portfolio, your service people became more proficient with the platform, and your salespeople got more comfortable in that platform. I would tell you that we had a very successful year doing that, and we can now go to your reps, go to your service technicians, go to the end users. They recognize the Samsung brand, they recognize the Samsung portfolio, they recognize the uniqueness that we bring in the market. So we always have room to grow in this area, but at least we got out of some of the early setbacks and some of the brand recognition that we didn't have when we did from a share gain perspective that you guys helped drive, and I thank you for that. And it came with a lot of awards as well. So you guys are more confident in selling this platform. Your reps are more confident in selling this platform. We've got the awards to go along with it. We've got million unit scan and print demo that went along with this. And then we got the full portfolio. Now, so you've got the 7, you've got the 4. The MX3 we've added here at the end. And we really did this from a value perspective. You're gonna see that platform. We don't talk a lot about it, but it fits a very unique area from a value perspective, kind of below that MX4 and MX7. we're going to show you that. But these platforms have really increased your confidence with the reps, increased your confidence with the end user, and they've worked for the millennial workforce. The millennials see this and they like it and they want to touch it and experience it, and that's all work. So thank you for that. And it comes with the A4 line that we continue to expand. You've seen us come after from 59, 35, 65, the cornerstone products. We've added that smart UX platform on there, as well as expanded the portfolio. This is something that you guys continue to ask us for. We continue to bring more products. And at the end of today, or at the end of the breakout, I'm going to show you some new products. So we're actually going to expand this A4 portfolio. A few of you guys have asked for a color unit, or a new color unit. That's what we're excited to show you, but I'm not going to get too far ahead on that one. And the differentiator, the smart UX, the platform that 18 months ago you guys were not necessarily afraid of, but definitely your customers were afraid of, has now turned into, it's an open, flexible platform that I can uniquely build, uniquely show the end customers the value of it. And we switched the conversation when we're sitting there talking about cost per page and lease to productivity. And I've noticed it with CIOs, and I think you guys have noticed it with CIOs. When you put an app there, and that app has Laserfish or a workflow button, and it's not a green button that has start on a scan perspective, they start saying, so my team can single button push something, or it matches into the way we do business. Now we're starting to talk about productivity, and you're not getting as caught up into the, well, I want to spend 3 mils, 4 mils on a click, and an extra $5 on a lease rate every single month. It's how do I maximize the productivity of that platform, and my employees are utilizing that. So it's app driven, it's customizable, and look, it looks sexy and appealing. Really working for the millennial workforce, right? Half of our workforce is going to be millennials by 2020. It's also one platform. So this platform is now your A3 cornerstone. It's your A4 cornerstone. It matches up in the environments where you're able to bring your own device to work, and this fits very well with that. And the only gap that we had was that darn color desktop unit. And I'll tease you a little bit. We'll be able to show you that and fix that at this event, and probably launch this in the next 3 weeks. Now that app, that smart UX, to get the maximum benefit out of it, it really required an app ecosystem that went along with it. When we launched this originally, it looked just like an Android phone. And we talked about the flexibility that went along with it and the fact that you guys could build. Now we've embraced the entire market. We've built the print-based workflow capabilities from an app perspective. And you're able to see these when you talk about the workflow, the security, the mobility, even the remote support that you get from this. With our support, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the success we've driven out of that, and then the document management. So it's no longer looking like a phone app store. It looks like a employee productivity app store that you guys have accessible from a CIO perspective. This continues to grow as well. We've got well over 50 developers that have activities going on today to go build apps for our platform. That momentum is going to continue. Chinyan will hit on that a little bit more in his talk. Now, when I start talking about apps and smart UX and it all coming together, it's a little bit hard to put your finger on it. So I want to use an example. Milner's one of our dealers down in the southeast of the U.S. Good partner, but a unique partner. That unique partner, they absolutely try to drive some marketing campaigns, and they have a development team. They have an Android, or it's not even an Android, but it is a development team that they're constantly customizing solutions for their end users. And what Milner did is they have a customer. It's an eye clinic. This eye clinic brings in patients every day. They've got to get the employee or the patient information. They have to load it in their system. They have to do a workflow so that you guys have done the eye thing, right? They bring you in, then they got to go stink that thing that puffs the air in your eye that bothers you. Then you got to go to the doctor. The doctor says 1, 2, which one looks better? Then they charge $130 to put one contact in your eye and send you off. One of their customers, 1,500 customers they have that they were doing print with. And it was always a conversation about cost per copy, lease payment, buy it outright, how much toner we have. They built an app for this customer. This app allows a customer to come in and fill out a piece of paper. That piece of paper, through a one-touch app, scans in, identifies the patient, dispatches the work so that they put them in the queue on going to get checked out or checked in from a test perspective, all the way to check through an invoice and even insurance acknowledgement. One button that they can do. Now, what that does is actually allows them to have an office with no PC. Now, I don't know that they went PC-less, but I know they haven't yet. But you now have an opportunity where this customer has got 1,500 units. And by the way, they have offices big and small. So those big offices are using a full-scale MX7 with color, using it as a full-serve copy that they've integrated this app with, to a smaller office that has a simple desktop unit. It's a one-push app. It fully takes a patient through the cycle. Could be worked without a PC from an app perspective. And that customer is now talking about stickiness and how else can I work on my employee productivity and how else can I improve my patient satisfaction, because this is improved patient satisfaction, it's improved workflow, and it's locked in Military even a stronger relationship with this doctor. So Milner team, outstanding job, and it's one of these things where we're really harnessing the value of a customized solution in a single button, and it gets the whole ecosystem working together. Now, that is a work environment where we start talking about not needing a PC. By the way, I just realized HP's in the audience and they like PCs, so I gotta be careful on this stuff. But that's a non-PC environment. Can happen, can implement from a phone that's in your pocket. Another great of our solutions is we have an incredibly intelligent bots that allow us to work in a serverless environment. And really strong in the SMB market where they don't want to manage a server. They don't want to connect up to the cloud. And so we've really built in solutions. If you see on the upper right-hand side, we can manage every one of our products from a mobile device. Mobile integration, top-notch, bring your own device. It seamlessly connects to our platform. We've built the smart UX ecosystem so that now they can start talking about the different apps for their unique small office, and they're capable to go touch those and utilize them in one push. We've brought in-house solutions, right? BCPS, usage tracker, able to really manage an office out of our own homegrown solutions, and then the print services with Amopria or Print Fleet, right? All of these work together without a server in a small office, optimized workflow situation. Now, I spent a lot of time talking about the server implementation, or I didn't say the server, the enterprise ecosystem, and I'm very proud on the enterprise wins we've had, but this is a server world, right? Managed. We've got a strong partnership through our XOA environment, through the ability to go connect up an app on the front of our smart UX that has a connector that interfaces with all these different products, okay? I like it because it's very simple when you understand a Laserfish app on the front of your smart UX that then connects up to the server. Those have been the implementations that have won us in the market from our enterprise wins. So, a lot easier to talk about. Start talking about server, PC-less, a little boring, at least in my mind. But it all comes together. When it comes together is when I get impressed and I get excited about it. And so, let me start with a few things that excited me. Charlie, Dana, you guys here? Did you guys skip out for the morning? But there we are. By the way, Charlie Dana, NECS, great partner up in Boston. There's only one problem with it. There's probably more than one problem, but the fact you guys are Patriots fans just thrills me.